Laurent, thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. It's been a really interesting past few weeks, especially for the team. I guess, were you guys surprised to hit the track in Barcelona and to see where everything was? Were you surprised at just how competitive the car looks?
I think you're right. It was a beautiful surprise to see the car getting out of the garage on the first day of the Barcelona test and doing more than 100 laps on that very first day. We had not performed any shakedown. We just chose to go straight to Barcelona, pushing everything as late as we could. And you know what to say. It's historical what the team has done, what the power unit teams has done, starting from 0 3 years ago, getting there, seeing that reality of the chassis and power unit teams working together around the car and see that car going out was a huge achievement. It's the sort of thing that only Red Bull can do. We have done it with incredible partners, Ford, Exxon, Oracle. I think they should all be proud now back in Milton Keynes and of course the next second you forget that and you look at all the steps that you need to go to be at the right level. And we know the road is long, we know it's going to be painful, but it's fair to say the starting point was outstanding.
I guess, why do you think it's going to be painful? Why do you feel it's going to be painful?
We are extremely conscious of the amount of work that is still ahead of us in terms of getting the PU to work in the way we need it to work, getting the car to work with the PU in the way it needs to work together, and to then bring that package at the level of our competition that is performing at incredible level. This, we think, is going to be painful. There will be moments where we will be looking at the classification and it will feel like it's a huge gap to P1. There will be moments where the car will stop on the track. But we know, we know the scale of the challenge. We know how crazy of incredible decision it is to go into that adventures with our own PU, and it's a sort of challenge that we love as Red Bull and we embrace.
I mean, the car, like standing trackside, I mean, it does look good. Like it doesn't look horrible. And so when you say it might be painful, it's a little surprising to hear, because that Max out there today on Thursday of us recording this, he looks pretty competitive. Like the power unit looks good too.
Yeah, I mean, we are happy with the starting point, no doubt. But we also acknowledge the speed that the competition is showing. Unsurprisingly, because we do it for the first time, because it's our first days, unsurprisingly, there is a gap ahead. It doesn't scare us. We are just conscious that it will require time to put ourselves at this sort of level.
So do you feel that podiums probably aren't on the cards for the first few races?
You know, we don't look at it like that. We look at it as getting our package to work at the best it can. Once this is done, we will look at the classification. But we still have a lot of work to do to get to that stage.
Yeah. So jumping off of that, the work that you're looking at, is it power units, gearbox, and car sort of combined, or is it just one specific thing?
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. You know, the amount of development you are going to see this year across the pit lane is going to be phenomenal. So to the extent that, the picking order in Melbourne will be very different, or could be very different, the picking order mid-season, or could be very different against the picking order at the end of the year. And it's going to be a development race, both on the chassis side and on the PU side, meaning at 360 degrees. There will be everything. There will be aero, there will be vehicle dynamics, there will be weights, there will be obviously the power unit, the drivability, the energy management. It's going to be endless. The pocket of lap time that we will all need to unlock and to stretch. And it's great for sport to go into that level of unknown. It comes with some discomfort, but it's a discomfort that we embrace.
Do you see it being quite close in terms of the racing as we get deeper into the season? Does the team see that at all? Or do you think there's going to be one team that's going to have a big advantage and everyone's going to be chasing?
Difficult to know, honestly. All we can say is that we anticipate, if you run in isolations, you anticipate a huge improvement through the season. How that improvements will compared to the other guys' improvements, impossible to say.
I want to talk about Max just for a little bit. I guess you've worked with a lot of drivers. What do you see in Max that maybe you haven't seen in others?
Max is evolving at a level in the car and outside of the car that makes him, it makes him the 360 drivers. He is motorsport. That's what we used to say, internally. He lives day and night for motorsport. If you go and surprise him in his driver's room now, he's probably watching another race, or he's probably watching the data. If you call him on Monday, he's probably on the simulator, thinking about a new idea for how to optimize the energy and so forth and so on. So that was a little bit the irony of these days. Is that as much as we are conscious that it's the beginning of the adventure for the rules, and there is huge challenges, which we are here to solve, which is what Formula One is incredibly good at, to eventually the car will go fast eventually. And to have him in the context of a new regs like that, with that approach, that 360 approach, is a huge advantage, because he's going to push us in every single direction.
I think for us in Canada, we want to get to know Max more because he's very interesting. He speaks his mind, which is, I think, something we all really appreciate. It kind of seems like all he cares about winning, but then on the other side of it, it also looks like, and I'm just judging this off of last year, being around him a little bit more, was that he just wanted everyone to give their best.
You're absolutely right. I guess related to the previous comment, he understands motorsport so well, to the extent that it's more of an understanding because he is motorsport. Yeah. He understands it so well that he is naturally trying to bring the 2,000 people, let's start with the 100 around him at the racetrack, trying to extract the best out of them. And I don't think he does that consciously. I think he does that unconsciously, just because he knows motorsport is a team sport. He knows each of the engineers, each of the mechanics, each of the staffs, if they give their 101%, it will add up, because that's what the sport is. That's the hidden lap time. And you're right, consciously or not, I think unconsciously, he is extracting the best of all of us by pushing us, by showing his understanding, and by setting always the next ambition.
Yeah, so it really did look like a lot from last year, just being around the team a lot more and speaking with them a lot more. It's really interesting. Final question for you. It's a bit of a hard one, but I have to ask it. Do you think that he could win a championship this season?
We don't take guess now. I would say two things. On one side, completely conscious of the scale of the challenge, it will be naive for us to think that on our first year with the power unit we will be at the same level than people that have been doing it for 90 years. Equally, the objectives of this team, let it be in 1, 2, 3 years, whatever that is, cannot be another one than to be first. And that's true because we have Max, that's true because we are Oracle Red Bull Racing, and that's true because of what has been the past 2 decades, and it's also true because of what Red Bull is in general, the number one at what they do. So we know the ultimate objective is that one, but we are very conscious of the road again.
Laurent, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.